Gentleman from Virginia is recognized for as much time as he may consume.
Thank the gentleman for yielding. Madam Speaker, the bill we're considering today, the Stock Act, would prohibit members of Congress and other legislative branch employees, as well as executive and judicial branch employees, from using non-public information derived from an individual's position or gained from the performance of an individual's duties for personal benefit. Today we're amending the Senate-passed bill, S. 2038, with a substitute that makes some changes to the Senate text, such as regrettably eliminating the requirement that certain political intelligence activities be disclosed under the Lobbying Disclosure Act. These intelligence firms obtained inside information from members of Congress, their staff, and then they sell that information to investment firms, and the public should be informed of these types of contacts. But with this bill, our goal is to hold members of Congress as well as other government officials to the same standard as those in corporations who have the duty not to trade on information that is not available to the general public. And most members of Congress believe that this type of activity was wrong, whether explicitly prohibited by criminal law or at least subject to the Ethics Committee sanctions. And most of us assume that a Food and Drug Administration official could not call his stockbroker shortly before a blockbuster drug is approved and profit off of that insider knowledge. We just assumed that was wrong. But this bill codifies what most of us thought was already the law. Now, this is not a complicated issue. This is the same standard that applies to those in the corporate context. It is wrong to trade on non-public information for our benefit and to the detriment of the public. The public has a right to expect that public interest comes first, and that people should not have to worry about what may be motivating our actions as we make decisions that impact them. I want to acknowledge the work of my colleagues, the gentlelady from New York, Ms. Slaughter, and the gentleman from Minnesota, Mr. Waltz, for their leadership in drafting and introducing the House version of the Stock Act. This legislation represents an appropriate acknowledgment of what most of us thought was already the law, that the national government officials of all branches should not benefit financially from non-public information they learn by virtue of their positions, and so I urge my colleagues to vote in favor of the legislation.